Welcome back to the Question of the Day show. I'm Keith.
I'm Trish.
And I'm JJ. We are QOTD with your answers to our QOTD question of the day, number 33.
Today's QOTD question has to do with the kindness of strangers. Tell us about a time that a stranger brought a smile to your face or a tear to your eye. Today, we're asking you about a time when maybe you saw a stranger help someone else in need or help you in a time of crisis, or maybe they just carried themselves in such a way that made you smile. Of the tons of video answers we've received so far, I wanted to share one that I really love. So from Stratford, Connecticut, here is Sadie's story.
The nicest thing I ever saw somebody do happened to me the other day. My boyfriend and I were in a store, and the Apple Pay on the machine wasn't working, and the person who was helping us just kind of walked away. And some person behind us just slid her card into the machine and paid for our order so that we could go. And it was like the nicest thing that anyone's done for me probably ever.
See, I chose this video because I've been on both ends of this situation. I've helped someone out who was a little short on cash before, but I've also had a stranger step in when I was having a really frustrating technical issue at checkout.
I don't know, Trish. At the risk of sounding like a jerk, let me ask, is this really somebody being helpful, or is it just like somebody in a rush trying to get you out of the way?
Well, I mean, I think it can be both. It's nice to help the person out, and it's nice to you and the other people in line to keep it moving. Well, I have a very similar answer that also took place in a store. This is Tara's answer.
So this one time I was working at this waxing place. I won't say the name of it, but there was a client that came in. I was like in a really tough spot. I was struggling, paying bills and everything. And she told me that she reads energy, and I believe in stuff like that. And she was basically just came up to me randomly and told me like she feels that I'm going through a rough spot and that she knows and feels that everything is going to be okay. And right then and there, I just burst out crying. Like it was just something I needed to hear. And eventually things did get better. So yeah, I don't know what kind of energy she felt, but she was right. And yeah, I needed that day.
Oh, I just love this video. I mean, it's like we rarely hear stories about customers being nice to employees at stores, but it's not an act of kindness that attempts to solve someone else's problem outright, but instead it's someone reaching out and providing comfort to someone else, which is nice.
Exactly. It just goes to show you that kindness comes in many forms, right, guys? Like sometimes it's an act of kindness in and of itself, just by saying, I can feel that you're struggling and it's going to be okay.
Yeah, I totally agree, because the worst part about being in crisis is the sense that you're all alone with your troubles. And it was so simple for someone to shake Tara out of that fugue state by just, seeing her. It was like a psychic hug. My favorite fan answer so far is from Andre. And Andre records a lot, and I just love everything that this guy has to say.
You know me, I like to do nice things for others. And so when I see it, it's always a smile on my face. But one time I saw this little kid, couldn't be more than 7, 8, assisting this elderly lady, put some groceries in her car, and then he ran off to go and see his mom. Definitely cheesing.
Cheesing. No, it's all together now. Cheesing. But seriously, it does bring a really great sense of joy when you see other people like helping one another. And I believe that we're wired to enjoy acts of kindness, sort of like we're wired to enjoy dessert. It's part of a human survival technique, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And especially when it's a kid who's doing that act of kindness, I think just kids doing nice things is always cuter.
Absolutely. Andre's story is definitely a great example of how you can be a hero in like 10 seconds or less.
I will say that our fans make it sound very easy to be saintly, but the truth is that we know that we should be kind to one another, but are we? I mean, seriously, Trish, just to give one example, and I hate to put you on the spot, but what did you do for people yesterday?
You're asking this because you know what happened to me yesterday. I attempted an act of kindness. Somebody in my complex needed a jump. And so I saw that they were in need and I pulled my car around to help. And we popped my hood and everything, and he took a look. But the problem is that I have a hybrid vehicle, so I don't have a traditional battery. I kind of wasted his time.
So you were actually not kind.
I was not helpful. I tried. But just the other night, there was a guy behind me in a drive-through, and he ran up and he tapped on my window to tell me that my gas door was open. And I know that that sounds simple, but it was really late and it was really dark, and he definitely took a risk because I could have been anyone behind the wheel, right? But I appreciated it so much that I paid for his order.
Oh, hear that, Keith? I think mic drop moment.
I have been put in my place, and maybe I'm the only selfish person out there. But
Yes.
what about you, JJ? Are good deeds part of your daily routine?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Every week I play soccer with some friends, and yesterday there were other people on the field who accidentally kicked their ball really far away, and I actually threw it back to them. And funny enough, my friend later did the same thing that they did, and some kids kicked it back to us. So,
Like they say, what goes around comes around, especially when it's a round soccer ball. Well, I feel badly now. So thank you for humiliating me. I'm going to make a commitment to you and to everybody who's listening. Today is going to be my good deed day. And when we talk tomorrow, I will tell you what I did for other people. And I'm telling you, it's going to be way more virtuous than whatever it was that you guys did.
Oh my gosh. Life is not a competition. If you're trying to beat us, Keith, you are missing the whole point.
exactly. Well, if you want to join us on the air and beat Keith and maybe us in the kindness game, you can record your answer to any of this week's questions at beyondtheair.com just by clicking the orange record button under the 24/7 live game stream. And make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube so you can get notified about our daily new questions.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And a very special thank you to everyone who has watched, voted, and recorded so far this week. Remember, the top voted answers make it on the air for our Thursday big show. So make sure to record and vote at beyondtheair.com for your chance to join us.
Yes, you can see all of this week's questions and fan answers as they're recorded on our 24-hour live game stream. And while you're there, you can also play the Guess and Bid game. And that's when you send stars to your favorite videos. And when they climb the leaderboard, so do you. You can show up in our daily recap show. It's another way to be on the air at beyondtheair.com. So if you like what you saw today, please do subscribe or click thanks to send us a little love. We'll give you a shout out on the air.
Well, we are QOTD and beyondtheair.com signing off. Remember to be kind. Make sure to be kind. And we can't wait to see you on TV. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Hey, Keith, what have you done for me lately?
Stuck in my head all day.